Researchers are reporting resistance to more deworming agents, and 3 major equine discussions recently took place in the nation's capital. I'm Ryder, news editor of The Horse, your guide to equine healthcare. Welcome to the Ryder Report for June 24th. Researchers with the University of Kentucky report that roundworms and small strongylls, 2 common equine intestinal parasites, are developing resistance against most of the commercially available worming products. What's worse, no new drugs against either of these parasites are forthcoming on the market. Dr. Eugene Lyons of the University of Kentucky's Gluck Equine Research Center evaluated the efficacy of fenbendazole, oxybendazole, pyrantelpamoate, and ivermectin. Lyons found that there was a significant reduction in roundworm eggs after treatment with fenbendazole and oxybendazole, but not ivermectin or pyrantelpamoate. When it came to small strongyl eggs, only ivermectin was effective, not the other 3. His paper will be published in the July edition of Parasitology Research. You can read more at article 12105 on thehorse.com. Horses hit the streets of Washington, D.C. last week, but not in the physical sense. 3 major horse-related meetings have taken place in the nation's capital recently. The American Horse Council National Issues Forum and Unwanted Horse Forum and a House subcommittee hearing on horse racing all brought different aspects of the industry to the table. You can find reports from all of these meetings on thehorse.com. Just do a keyword search for Washington, D.C. We launched a special report on catastrophic injuries on thehorse.com last week. In this report, respected members of the equine industry such as Dr. Larry Bramlage and Wayne McElraith provide an in-depth exploration of catastrophic injuries in the thoroughbred racehorse, focusing on what veterinarians know about catastrophic injuries based on the available scientific data and highlighting what work is still to be done. The report is available as a PDF download. Look for the link on the right side of the homepage or go to article 12022. Finally, if you want to know which direction your horse prefers to travel or which lead he prefers, you might be able to tell by simply looking at his head. It appears that one way to establish lateral preferences in the horse is to look at the flow of hairs in the horse's facial whorls. This theory stems from a variety of studies that have found correlations between facial whorl features and various characteristics. The purpose of the new study was to determine the relationship, if any, between the direction of the flow of facial hair whorls and the incidence of direction of motor laterality in a test population of horses. Researchers with Scotland's University of Limerick determined that horses whose whorls spun in a clockwise direction were more likely to be right-sided, whereas horses with counterclockwise whorls preferred the left. They figured this out by placing 219 horses with a single facial whorl with experienced trainers who didn't know what sort of study was occurring. The trainers told the researchers which lead the horse naturally preferred, and the researchers correlated that information with whorl incidence. The scientists postulate that hair patterning and brain development occur at the same time and say further studies in this area might provide valuable insight into behavioral and neurobiological development in horses. You can read much more on this study at article 12081 on thehorse.com. That's it for this week's Ryder Report. Visit thehorse.com for all the latest news on equine healthcare, management, and welfare. I'm Ryder, news editor of The Horse, your guide to equine healthcare. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.